Welcome everyone to a Q&A session on job search in Finland. Just a few words about me, then I will give you a chance to ask questions. I'm Lidiia Salo. As you know, I have founded Get Hired in Finland more than 2 years ago, and the reason for that was because I'm a foreigner in Finland. I moved to Finland almost 8 years ago from Moscow, where I lived for 10 years prior. And in my home country, if you have a good degree, most likely you will have a good job and a good life after that. And that happened to me. I had a beautiful, wonderful career. And then I moved to Finland because of my partner, who is Finnish. And then things became really weird because I expected that a job search here will be so quick because of my previous career. I was working for one of the best companies in the world, but it didn't happen. So I went through all the stages of anger, grief, until I recovered and put all this energy in figuring out what's happening in Finland. And since then, actually, for more than 4 years now, I've been talking with recruiters regularly and people who get hired in Finland. And it led to me having a career as a career coach. And I'm doing that for my company, Get Hired in Finland. And I'm also a career coach for the shortcut. And on a personal note, as you might have guessed, I have a kindergarten age kid and 2 teenagers living with us as well in Espoo. How we can build this session? You can ask any questions you want. You can either write or you can just unmute yourself and ask questions. And I might come back to you and ask about more details.
Hi, Lydia. Very good morning. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure knowing about you, and it was great that you already told that it was not an easy journey for you to look to get a career in Finland. So yeah, I mean, we are currently working in India, and me, my husband, we are inclined to move to Finland. We've been to Finland twice before, and that one was a recent one wherein there was a career event which was organized at the Vault by Work in Finland, and that was the one which we attended. So we are working with some of the top companies and very niche skills here in technology. One of them being the buzzword these days, that is AI. And we are really inclined to move to Finland also because yes, it's a beautiful country. The culture is very nice. Plus also because there is a lot of development which we can see in terms of technology which is being encouraged in Finland in tech companies. So yeah, that is also a very a good motivation for me to move with my family there. So the thing is that yeah, we've been trying for about more than 6 months now. We do see positions that we are very qualified for, and the skills are matching, and we do apply to them regularly. But yes, there is some kind of silence which we are seeing in terms of there hasn't been any proper response, irrespective of the matching of the qualifications and the requirements as well. So yeah, if you could show us some light on how can we do that. Plus I would also like to know that is it a real scenario wherein Finland is actually hiring from India, or is it within EU region first, and it is second to India? Or like, I mean, should we be discouraged to apply for most of the companies where they are finding people within Finland or within EU? So how to go about it?
Thank you a lot for your question. And I get asked that a lot. And to answer this question, I would like to explain to you what's happening. If a company is looking for one, even in tech, they would first look for candidates from Finland. And right now, Finland is going through an economic crisis. What does it mean? It actually has many people available on the market, including tech professionals. And they even say that it is an employer's market at the moment, meaning that a job is posted and then within 1 day, 100 applicants apply. You might have a very good profile being in India, but the risks of relocating you and applying for a visa on your behalf, they are just too big for most companies to take. And at the same time, if they would offer you a visa, there is a process to follow. And this process says they need to prove that they cannot find people first in Finland, then in EU. Then they can hire people from abroad, from outside of Finland and EU. And right now, chances are very low. It doesn't mean it is not possible, because I know about Indians, especially who moved because they worked with a consultancy that was supporting Finnish clients. This is one example. Or they are in very senior niche tech market or engineering as well. So some companies are still relocating candidates from abroad, but it's mainly about these three factors that I mentioned, or very senior roles. Then they would look at the whole world. And from a company perspective, it makes a lot of sense. If I, as a recruiter, can just publish a job, and then from this job post, I can find right candidates for my company from Finland, I'll go for them. If I cannot find, then I will also consider people from EU, because they just can't come here and they apply for a visa and they stay. And even if that is impossible, then most likely I will do sourcing. I will go to LinkedIn and I will look for exact candidates and I will write to them saying that, hey, we have this role, would you like to consider relocating to Finland, and so on. Now, if you are really, really serious about moving to Finland, there is one way, of course, to look for jobs that say relocation is provided. Or, I know it sounds a little bit funny or weird, but even coming for studies and then looking for a job from Finland might give you a higher chance of relocating. I hope that I answered this question. I'm receiving that a lot, very often. Yeah.
Okay. So you would suggest coming for some professional courses from the university that can go with job, or is that what you would suggest?
Just to come for a course from a university might not be enough. You would need to have a proper student visa. And then
Okay.
when you are here, then you can look for jobs.
Okay. And would you have any idea of like when the economy thing seems to be going better? And because the weird part is that I also see Work in Finland promoting a lot of jobs and crisis of skilled people in Finland. And at the same time we say that okay, we do not want people outside EU and outside Finland. So it's contradicting to what is being promoted and what the scenario is.
I love it. Thank you so much for bringing it up. Indeed, a lot of money is being spent to promote Finland as a good company to move. And it is smart in this case of, for example, we have a Supercell, a big company here. They would want to move some high-level senior engineers here, very specific for their market. And these people preferably should fall in love with Finland, because let's be honest, salaries are also very high. With the same profession, you can get much more in many other countries. So yes, Finland spends a lot of money on advertising campaigns. And it feels weird to people who are here and who work within the industry. And it feels weird to me as well. I had a period of life when I was going and meeting with everyone and asking, okay, you're saying that Finland needs professionals. Who do you mean Finland needs? And they were like, well, we need tech people. True, tech people are very senior tech people are needed. What else? We need healthcare professionals, and there are programs in place of how to move people to become nurses in Finland. By the way, over last year, I read in the news, I might be wrong, but approved visas based on this healthcare dropped significantly because healthcare institutions were laying off personnel. And you also asked a very good question of when will it end? If I knew, I just wish I knew. And for the past 2 years, everyone asks the same. Hey, when will it end? When will it end? When will it improve? And I'm like, no one knows. Literally, no one knows. But we all know that things like, they work in waves. And when we hit the rock bottom, then we will, of course, go up. And maybe with the end of war in Europe, that might be the first stage. We do not know how long it will take, unfortunately. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. It's very helpful. And hoping that I do find a good profile to move to Finland, because, yeah, I love the place. I have shared my LinkedIn in the chat. Looking forward to connect to you. Thank you.
Yes, I wanted to ask three questions actually. So
Let's
I'm
start
currently
with
living
one.
in Finland. Sorry?
Let's start with one, and then let's see how.
Okay. Okay. So I'm currently living in Vasa, Finland. And I'm a business graduate from here. I completed my education in 2023 December. But since then, it has been, a very common story like others. So it's hard or struggling to find opportunities here in Finland. So although I am now currently involved in different other kinds of studying, like I'm studying a big data analytics program in Arcada University, trying to upgrade my skills apart from the need for the demand or need for AI or big data in different business sectors. So trying to upgrade my skills. I just wanted to ask you, like, if you have any suggestion, like how can we get into, at least get the interview calls? What should be our strategy to get the interview calls? And then maybe when we get interview calls, then we might, be prepared better, or at least try to, get hired. So that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, what should be our strategy? What should be my strategy at this moment to get hired? Should I be targeting in a specific field, or should I be, applying in multiple fields within the business domain? So, what do you think? Thank you.
Thank you a lot. What are the roles you are looking for?
I'm currently looking for marketing roles, also business analyst roles, sales, even sales roles is fine because I have had some previous experiences. So yes, these are the three roles I am targeting at this moment.
Mm-hmm. You said you previously had experience working. What were the roles that you had previously?
Mainly business development roles, also operational roles. Like I worked as a data operations manager. So these are the main experiences, key experiences I have currently, like business development and the operations.
And are you looking for junior roles or in business development for middle level roles?
Uh, Honestly, I would be I mean comfortable in any role at this moment, but junior level would be fine for me. Although I have experience because I am new in this country, so I would be a bit flexible to to get opportunities in any position at this moment. Yes.
Mm-hmm. During your studies, did you have any internships?
Um, During my no, I actually didn't have, but I had some volunteering activities, volunteering positions.
What did you do as a volunteer?
I worked in a there was a company, not a company. There's an organization in Hagahelia. If you know Access Helsinki, I worked there as a volunteer marketing person.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sounds good. Um, the question you asked,
Yes.
it's big and strategic. To answer it in the best possible way, I would need to sit maybe for an hour, checking everything, your background, your CV, asking even more questions that I asked now. But in these QA sessions, this is not possible. If you can come to our CV review session, I'm planning to do those regularly, available to everyone. Please do and send your papers so I can give you a better answer of what's happening. Now, to get interviews, the question was, how do I get interviews? It
Yes.
starts with a profile job fit. And usually you can look at a job description where you want to apply, for example, in sales or business analytics. Let's start with sales because you have experience with that. And you read it and you say, okay, I have at least 70% of everything required. And if that is true, then we move to the second stage. And if that is not true, then maybe upskilling might be needed for the Finnish market. And I can be very honest and blunt now. Sales and marketing roles are not easy to get. They are even in the list of top 10 most crowded professions in Finland. And also, at the same time, business development is often done in Finnish because you need to sell, most likely. And most of the jobs
Yes.
available require the Finnish language skills. If we only take English jobs, then at the second stage, you would need to take a job description and make 100% sure that under 10 seconds of looking at your CV, a recruiter can say, this is a good match. Because at the moment, junior roles might get 600, 700 applications and even higher. And considering this is a middle level role, it can be 300, 400 applications. And if we just for a moment imagine we are recruiters and we have 400 people who applied for a sales business development role, they will quickly need to check, do you fit this role or not? And there is a way of learning how to do it. And why I started with sales, because you have previous working experience in sales. The
Yes.
second chance I can see, based on what I quickly asked you, is marketing roles, junior marketing roles. And in that case, you can present your volunteering experience at, you said
It is called Access Helsinki.
Access Helsinki.
Yes. Also, I got an unpaid. I'm doing an unpaid internship right now. It's another company from Helsinki. It's yes.
What is the role?
It is working as an intern, marketing intern.
Marketing as well. So
Yes.
yes, that's very good. What I'm hearing, I like it a lot. Then you can definitely apply for junior marketing roles
Yeah.
and explaining very well what you do in your volunteering marketing roles
Yes.
in relation to the job description. And you do have chances in marketing. As I said, marketing is overcrowded, but if you present yourself well, you will start getting interview invitations. And the third one that you mentioned is business analytics. And here I have a little bit of sad news that if you didn't have experience in business analytics, it will be a junior role that where you apply. And if I understood it, you didn't have jobs done, you will compete with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who have done at least internships in this area. And then if business analytics is what you really want to do, then I would also start looking at roles, internships if possible, or volunteering possibilities in business analytics. And also, I don't want to push you, but I feel like you need to decide and preferably to pick one area of expertise, sales, marketing, or business analytics, because looking for a job is not only about applying for roles, it's also about your LinkedIn profile and networking efforts. But if I open
Yes.
your LinkedIn profile, will it be clear to me very quickly of who you are and what you want?
Yes.
There is this question of trying to understand, trying to understand who you are, and also for you to take networking efforts in a particular area of expertise.
Yes.
I hope I answered your first question.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
You answered it pretty well. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you a lot. Amara, please go on.
Okay, so I have a question again about the strategy and the networking aspect of it. So my background is I am an AI engineer, or I have like this in-demand skills in tech. I also have degree from Sweden and Finland as well, and some Swedish experience as well, an internship and my master thesis as well. But then I'm looking for a job search in Finland, and although I do find positions on LinkedIn, and I do have some of the seniors of my program who are working here, and they told me that most of the jobs right now they are filled within the network, like they're advertised as well, but they're usually filled through referrals. So how do I get these referrals? I have a small network here since my degree was also in Sweden, so I was not here for the whole time. So how do do network here and find referrals? I have been to a few job events, to career events, but there the companies they only come and advertise their jobs. They do not look for skills in the moment. So what can I do to stand out? And also a bit about the CV. Like I know you have a CV review session, but just a small question. So I have like I have worked in 4 different companies back in my home country as well, in Sweden as well. So right now I try to fit everything on one page. So is it enough, or should I need to explain more and like take 2 pages of it? So thank you for your guidance.
I was making notes while you were speaking, so I don't forget. The first question was about networking, and you are right. UTECO had a survey done this year that says 68% of people in Finland get hired through networking efforts, through connections they have. And it's important to know that UTECO also has, of course, mostly Finnish members, and it is quite often it happens that people who get hired are the ones that are trusted already. So Finland is a trust-based country. And when I'm leading working culture workshop, I pay a lot of effort on that. What does it mean, trust? This is the biggest question, how to develop trust with people. If I were you, I would make it my super goal of knowing all the AI engineers, foreigners living in Finland. Because referrals here usually are not given to people you do not know. Sometimes, or let's put it this way, at least once a week for me, and if it's a professional working for a Finnish company, they might get it even every day. People write saying that, hey, I'm an AI engineer, do you have a job for me? And quite often no one answers because they don't know you to offer a job to you. And in Finland, everyone knows everyone, especially if you work in a particular area of expertise. After a few years, you will know most of people working for companies in Finland. And imagine that you refer someone without knowing them, without trusting this person. And this person whom you referred does something weird. It will be always you who gets blamed at the end. Your brand and your trust will be suffered after that. So the big question becomes, how do I network with AI engineers in Finland? And you have mentioned events. If I understood correctly, you approach it from a company perspective of going and asking for a job from companies. But networking is building long-term, meaningful connections with professionals in your area of expertise. It's not about asking for a job. And to be honest, even when we have smaller group workshops, we even have a role play of coming to an event and pretending that you would like to network with a person. And what often happens, a person who is playing a professional working for a company says, hey, I just feel like I'm being used by this person. And how to build meaningful long-term connections that they would naturally trust you and they would even offer themselves to refer you to a company. This is a big topic. It takes a lot of time to uncover. Maybe I will have a Q&A session just around networking then. And the second question you had was about CVs. You worked for 4 different companies before, from your home country and in Sweden as well, and you're trying to fit it all in 1 page. By the way, there is nothing wrong in fitting it on 2 pages, so don't worry at all. No stress here. If then you have a lot of experience, and 2 pages are fine.
Oh, thank you.
One important thing to keep in mind, all these jobs should be related to the one where you apply.
Yes.
Then keep it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm like a final year student in bachelor's. I'm studying software engineering. So it's my last semester, and I've been working as a full stack developer for the past 5, 6 months from Czech Republic with a startup. And I've been trying to like get some internship in Finland, and I have experience doing like as a full stack developer, but it's been hard. Like I'm not getting any interviews. So what do you think? Like how should I go about applying for the intern position? Like what should be my strategy for that?
Thank you a lot for asking. If I understood you correctly, you're graduating as a software engineer, and at the same time, for the past 5 months, you've been working as a full stack developer.
Yep.
But it's a remote job for the Czech Republic, and you would like to get an internship from Finland.
Yep.
Again, of course, it would help me to look at your papers to answer even better, but my intuition, my inner feeling says that you should have high chances of getting internships in software development. You are not overqualified. You have right education and you have right working experience. Now the secret becomes of getting interviews becomes around tailoring your CV for every particular job. The same answer that I gave previously. And there is a method of doing it, how to do it in a right way. Then I think you should be getting interviews. Also, at the same time, you should understand maybe 4 years ago, it wouldn't be a problem. It's only now because the junior software engineers now have very high competition. At the same time, you are lucky. You have a job from the Czech Republic. It will
Yeah.
give you a lot of advantage in applying for jobs. It's not just studies that you have, but also some working experience.
Yep.
Maybe 1-2 years of working, and you can already, or 3 years of working, you can already stop competing for the junior roles, but already go for middle level jobs where the
Yes.
competition is smaller.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, thank you a lot for asking.
But the thing is that, like, after I graduate, I need to find some work in Finland to extend my visa. So I have to find something like in like next 5-6 months. So for me, like I don't have the luxury to wait for 2 years to keep working with the Czech Republic startup.
Thank you a lot for explaining that. So it becomes critical that you get a job as soon as possible. I will make a gift to you. Now we have a paid CV workshop. It's just 45 euros, but I will be teaching in December of how to apply for jobs in the way that you get interviews. Please write an email to me, and I
Okay.
will add you. I will give you access to this workshop that will be happening live. There will be a recording as well. If you nail that, there is a chance that you get a junior role. I cannot promise it, but there is a chance. Now, I would also have a plan B if I were you. For example, you might need to consider, who knows, write this in the chat. So basically, if you work for the Czech Republic and your visa is expiring, you cannot legally live in Finland. You need a company that would be employing you from Finland. For example, there is NerdsPay, and they have this program of they employ you, and the company is paying to you, and they pay salary to you. So you might want to study that a little bit in more detail.
Yeah, I will do that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm now checking messages that we got in the chat. Based on your current visibility, what industries in Finland are currently hiring the most, if any? And then there are 2 smiles, hiding one as well. Thank you a lot for asking this question. I think it would not be a surprise for you if I say that tech hires more, and banks also hire. I have seen quite some roles in banking nowadays. At the same time, being very, very clear and very, very transparent, professionals with experience are the ones who get hired more. There are less junior roles now in Finland. I have never seen anything like that in almost 8 years I've been living here. So if you are a middle to senior level professional, you will get interviews at least. And if you are a junior, then it is a little bit more struggle, and it requires even more work to get hired in Finland. As you think how much flooded with developers in Finland, I just read as it is, if I understand correctly, how flooded Finland is with developers. Again, if we go back to seniority levels. Many companies are trying to save money, so not many are hiring juniors because juniors take a lot of time to train, a lot of effort to train. And right now, there were many layoffs in many companies. At the same time, still senior level developers will be invited to interviews and will be hired, most likely. And middle level depends on your effort. Do you have any advice how to find volunteer or internships in data analytics field? Where to look or whom to ask? Is it okay if we have a conversation, Samara? Could I ask you more questions on that?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Oh, thank you for. I thought maybe you are not comfortable with that. Tell me more, please. Do you have any experience in data analytics?
No, no.
Are you studying it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Are you looking for paid or unpaid jobs? Volunteer
Well,
internships?
unpaid is even okay. I mean, something. Paid is very good, but I'm not looking for paid. If it is unpaid, it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Are you a part of, can you get the work tryout officially?
I don't know about that. What is?
Mm-hmm. Employment offices in Finland, if you're a part of the employment office, they have a program that's called work tryout. It works this way. They will be paying you the same amount of unemployment benefit as normally people get. And during this time, you can actually do internships for companies, and companies do not pay anything. And it works this way. You can do maximum 1 year of this work tryout and half a year per with one company. If this is a possibility, then I would approach it from this point of view of having an internship paid by the employment office.
Actually,
Mhm.
I'm like I have a counselor, what do we call, yes, counselor from the Helsinki Employment Service, but I never tried, and actually I never met him. I will meet him in this week, so maybe I can ask him about that. I have no idea what is work tryouts and how it works. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good idea to try it. I think it's called työkokeilu, if I'm not wrong, in Finnish, and work tryout in English. But you will still need to get a job or a place to do the internship yourself. They're not doing it on our behalf. And here, when it becomes tricky.
yeah, that's the problem actually.
Tell me, what have you tried so far?
Well, I tried, I mean, I talked to several people that I thought that they have some connections, but it seems not. And I even thought some people like don't need to hire for unpaid positions. Like they said that if you're working, you should have paid, but we don't have funds to pay for you, something like that. And yeah, I'm continuously applying, but nothing worked yet.
Thank you for sharing that. And I'm sorry, of course, to hear that it's not working out. From what I hear, it might help to say that it is paid by the employment office, paid and insured as well. Because if something happens to you during this internship, a company would be responsible financially for your health and medical bills. But if an employment office, työtoimisto it used to be called, then they also insure you and pay in a way of employment benefits. Now, I often get this question, and what people do is they go to company websites, they find contact details, and then they write about volunteering possibilities or unpaid internships. And usually they don't hear back.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem actually. No one writes back. Like there are lots of emails, but never get a reply.
Yeah, I get it totally. Again, trust-based country. We always remember they don't know you, and even to get you as a volunteer, they would prefer to know a person because they will be spending time teaching you, and a lot of time goes into having an intern in a team. And second thing that people do that I also don't recommend is they write to recruiters of companies, thinking that they can get volunteering or internship positions to them. And it's also not so efficient because one needs to understand what a day of a recruiter looks like. And it might be that they send you to a careers page and that's it, even if they answer. Not so many will go to the department leader and say, hey, this is a message I got, what do you think about it? Because they have a lot to do. It might be they're working on 5 jobs at the same time, going through 700 applications per job, interviewing 10 people, and the whole thing. So also not so successful based on what people tried. Now I will give you 2 options that one might work and the second one has a higher possibility. The one that might work, but I don't guarantee it, is actually looking for data analytics managers and approaching them, introducing yourself and asking about this possibility. It's the best if you know them from somewhere, like someone introduced you to them, someone they know, or you met them at events, for example. That might also be better because you can always write, hey, I met you at this event, it was nice talking to you, I'm actually looking for. Or you can just try to do it as cold message on LinkedIn. And I always say try 30 before giving up. Because 30 is a minimum statistical, like, you can, I don't know how to say it, but if you know, you can say. Now, again, they don't know you. There is the same problem. You might succeed if it's especially an international working in this role, and they might know what you're going through. And let's be honest, we all know how hard it is.
Yes.
So this is one way, but another way will be harder, but more probable. Are you ready to?
Yeah, sure. Actually, anything I will do anything like.
Yeah. Then again, your job becomes to know all the data analysts, internationals working in Finland. Not only know by adding them on LinkedIn, this might be the first good step, but also by picking the ones you want to learn from and trying to get a deeper connection, preferably by meeting with them. It's easier to do in events. For example, there is Data Tribes community.
Yeah.
So what you could do, you could join the community, see who is a member, and write a message to people saying that, hey, I saw you being a part of Data Tribes community. Let me introduce myself. I'm this and that. And then it depends on you. You can ask for an internship without knowing them, but again, answers are not so guaranteed. Or you can take another approach and say, because I would like to join this field, I would be very helpful if I can learn from your experience. Could we meet online or physically for coffee where I could ask you questions about your career and what's important to consider? If you have a meeting with 10 people and then you are genuinely interested in them, in their experience, in what they're about to say. Like really, for sure. Because if I would be starting a career as a data analyst, I would, like be super excited to talk to people who have experience and work for companies. No. And out of 10, for example, you liked 3 people, because it's not guaranteed you will like everyone. Maybe there is no vibe, maybe it feels weird, because it's all about how we feel with different people. And if you like 3, try to keep connected to them. Maybe invite them to events, meet them at events, and only after you feel like the connection is stronger, you can ask about a paid by employment office internship. Most likely they will have more trust in you at that point. Difficult? How do you feel about my answer?
Yeah, it's difficult actually. Yeah, I understand, but yes, I should.
68% keep this number in mind are getting hired through networking. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you, Lydia. I'll try, but yes, I'm trying this then for now about for 2 months. So yeah, there should be some place because I'm not ready to give up. So I must find something. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you a lot. Do not give up. Sometimes I think that Finland has changed me so much because it was not easy. Well, it's a nice way of saying it was not easy. I almost left at the beginning because I was confused and didn't understand, so maybe this is not for me. But then I stayed, and I feel like the resilience that I learned from living in Finland, I can live anywhere around the world now with these skills. I just wanna inspire you to keep going, not giving up. Okay, another message. I'm in a very confused state, now graduated with Master of Health Sciences, Public Health, major in epidemiology. I have been looking for entry-level positions. I could find any, even it's hard to get a paid PhD position. Do you have any suggestions for me? Even if it's hard to find part-time jobs now, I hold a work permit and have been unemployed since a month and a half. Now there is a rule you cannot go unemployed for 3 months. Any lead or suggestions would help me. Thank you for the message. I'm trying to process it now together with you. Recently graduated, public health, very specific area, epidemiology, entry-level positions, even PhDs are hard to get. And you have been unemployed for a month and a half, and the rule says 3 months. By the way, it might be that 6 months apply to you based on your high education and a position you had before. To answer your question on your suggestions, again, I would like to go deeper and understand your profile more and ask questions on your particular profile. What I can say on a surface level that it might be how it feels to me. You can connect to this conversation and explain to me, but it feels that it is such a niche area of expertise that there are either no entry-level positions or like a few. And if you take Finnish away, maybe 1 per 2-3 weeks, and then many people might apply for the same role. If this is the case, because that's how I feel at the moment, if this is the case, again, going through networking might help, the same way I explained previously. Yeah, but because this is so critical for you, I think you need to have a plan B or plan C as well. When time is running, we also stress a lot, and sometimes because of the stress levels, we cannot see outside of obvious possibilities. So maybe look for help, sit with someone, even it might be with your university career counselor. Sit and find out all the possibilities out there for you. Write them down. Feel safe. Otherwise, this like kind of three months rule might be very, very daunting for you. There is a nice comment on your question. Where did you have your master's thesis? Have you reached out to them or your previous supervisor? Also check active projects in research portal to find funded projects to join as PhD. Maybe, Yasin, would you like to share your LinkedIn link so you can be contacted to ask more questions if you feel comfortable about that?
Yeah, I would share my LinkedIn, and I have done my master's thesis from University of Eastern Finland. And I have asked my supervisor who have guided me in my master's thesis about the PhD opportunities. He said like right now they couldn't fund the PhD students, and they're expecting the people who are joining in the PhD should be able to fund themselves maybe for the 1 or 2 years, and later like they can divide the funds among the PhD students based on the seniority level. And I have also asked for any research assistant positions in the university, and like I have graduated in June, and till now I have tried like a number of ways now. And the work permit I got is not based on my studies or work experience I have related to my studies. It was I got it from the restaurant as a restaurant worker while I was still studying. I have like upgraded from student visa to work visa because back then it was a rule that if you hold a permit, you are not accepted to pay the fees. So I took that decision, but right now I regret it because with the work permit, I couldn't even concentrate on any language courses because I have to like have a proper job to hold my work permit. And it's been like I have also got an email from immigration that they have noticed I have been unemployed since 1 month and a half, and if I couldn't find a job in 3 months, and they can revoke my permit now. Yeah, it's a hard time, and even I have applied for more than 50 applications for the part-time jobs as a cleaner, restaurant worker, or whatnot. But I don't know, like it's not working out.
There is also a suggestion for you. I mean, what I feel personally, that you need to sit with a professional who would lay out everything for you. For example, someone says, why don't you switch into job seeking visa now since you completed your degree?
Because for that, I have to show the funds. So right now I couldn't bear that. Because
Yeah.
it's already like too much because I have loans to come from for the studies here. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally
I have
agree
been
with that.
supporting myself since 2.5 years, so I couldn't save anything. Like I didn't expect this kind of situation. So yeah.
Because it's getting critical for you.
Mm,
Another thought that I got, you need
mm,
any job, SAP. It
mm,
might take you time to get a job related to your studies very quickly, but you need
mm.
means of support now, here and now.
Yeah, yeah.
And for that, when you say I applied for more than 50 roles, including cleaning um, I might guess
Mm,
restaurant work, I would
mm,
go through people as fast as possible. Go to
Mm.
Facebook groups, try to look for people from your country, ask them a
Mhm.
question who works in these areas, connect to them, talk to
Mhm.
them, ask how did they get jobs, what would they recommend to you. Try to go through people, because right now I hear that even jobs in cleaning are not easy to get.
Yeah, that's the case, yes.
So again, going through people, I know what someone did. They went through all the hotels,
Mm.
entered and says, "Can I talk to your cleaning manager?"
Mhm.
Gave a CV, and then went through all the hotels in their area and got a job, like spot on, because of doing that. So at this point, I feel like you
Mm.
do things that you wouldn't usually do. And I'm really, really, really sorry you go through that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And please add Yasin to your LinkedIn now, because the meeting will be over and you will lose the link.
Mhm.
Thank you. Time flew by so quickly. Thank you a lot, everyone who joined today. Next, we will have an interview review session, and you can register on the website. I trust me, you will learn a lot from there. Thank you, everyone.